go to lock his hips. If he has any kind of grappling training, he starts to throw his hips back, right? So even before we get to the blocking, the body lock, as I go in here, he starts to bring his hips back. So earlier, right, actually, great example where I was talking about where, like, if you're going north and south on a straight line, it's kind of caveman fighting. If you really look at this, this is kind of a caveman throw because it's throwing you straight back, right? And there's no angularness to it. There's no angles in this. I'm just grabbing you and bending you straight back. So when I get this inside position and his hips start to go back, what I can do is step to the side, okay? And when I step to the side, the thing to focus on is my leg, like my horse stance, right? I don't want to fight, like, we're going to fight, okay, I'm going to fight you in a horse stance, right? And that's not how a horse stance works, right? And remember that in Chinese martial arts, if you look at any stance, it's a capturing a moment in time, like a mere second or less than a second of where you're in a position. It's not something to hold in a static position. But here, I got the inside position, I went and the hips went back, so I'm not going to get the regular body lock, right? So I stepped to the outside of his leg. So you see how my inner thigh now is blocking his leg? Now, this does this, and my upper body leans. So, people always think of cow as shouldering, which it is, but cow means literally leaning. So, like, when we're thinking about striking, cowing, it's shoulder striking, right? But when we're throwing, it's more using the leaning definition. Because as I block out his leg, I'm going to lean into his chest, right? And at some point, you're not going to be I'm being nice, obviously. But so I can get this from pummeling, right? I thought you pummel. The wrestler doesn't get pummeling. Right? Old. So here.
It doesn't matter whether your arm is on the inside or the outside, right?
It doesn't matter. What matters is two things. My leg being here to do that. Everybody sees that, right? And my shoulder, upper body being here to do this.
Now, the left hand, he still wants to control so he can't fall away, right?
Usually do it here.
Okay.
Or here.
That's his right hand.
Right? Or
Whatever.
the bar.
I can't tell.
This is my left hand.
It's right hand.
All right. So as I can do this, remember the bar thing?
Okay.
I can have the belt or the glove handles,
So
right?
you can do that.
I can have the underhook.
And this hand just controls so that I can't punch you.
Yeah, I just want to hit you, or I can hit you to make you go over too.
And you're leaning northeast?
Yeah, a little bit.
Over his knee, basically.
Right? And if he doesn't fall, this leg can come over him. And that's one version of Ba. Like we always talk about, there's like 600 techniques named Ba.
Right.
There's another one where I throw my leg over him, and that's Ba.
You just step around, really, right?
I just step over you. So like if we were doing MMA, I would go right into mount.
And if I was in a southpaw stance, you just step the other
I
side.
stood there. You're still pulling, right? And one way is pummeling, another way is hands up, right? Remember we did this thing? Metal separating, is what this is called. Funging. Separate them out. Funging's out. And then I go here. Okay? So right now I'm doing with this. I'm going to show you later also with the head. Alright? But this is just how. Where I'm just using my leg and just leaning my body.